MSNBC is trying to placate me from my... They're trying to rip off my Rachel Maddow Band-Aid and replace it with Jen Psaki. I am placated, but I want to know what and when. I don't want just the streaming service, Travis.
You're only placated platonically.
Yes, but I would like her not just on the streaming service. I would like her on the...
Yes.
Who do I see about this? I would like to Karen MSNBC. I want to see
Would you like
Jen
to speak to
Psaki.
the manager?
I would like to see a manager at MSNBC. We have a lot of Psaki bomb jingles we can send with her anywhere she goes. For whatever. I'm just saying, there's a gaping hole where Chuck Todd is.
Psaki.
Get your game on, go play. Hey now, yo.
This is the easiest segment I've ever had.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
This is the easiest segment I've ever had on this show.
I know. All right, you wrote a great piece. The Florida recount was kindergarten stuff compared to this inside-outside strategy. You said it is increasingly obvious that the entire wingnut welfare apparatus went into DEFCON 1 over the 2020 election. Yeah, it is, I guess, stunning's not the word, but you said start throwing people in the slammer. Don't worry about political fallout or what might happen in 2025. Every damn one of you took an oath to defend everything this gang of misfits and cutthroats tried to destroy. Look them up and lock them up till they testify. Indict the lot of them. Enough is enough.
Yep.
Thank you, Charlie.
I have no more patience for a collection of people who think subpoenas are optional.
Yeah.
I'm out of patience. There's too many people sitting in Rikers for like a year and a half because they can't make bail for me to sympathize with, John Eastman, who can't be pried away from Malibu long enough to answer a subpoena before the Congress.
Yeah.
Give me a freaking break.
Well, and the whole Ginny...
all these people, clap all these people in irons.
Yeah. Ginny and Clarence Thomas, you said at the very least, Thomas and her husband should be forced to explain themselves under oath and the pains of penalty of perjury, preferably on national television. You also threw in, I wouldn't mind getting Mr. Justice Thomas under oath again, just so someone could ask about Anita Hill just for fun. I love that. Well, while we're at it.
I think as long as we've got them there,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Why not?
Yes. But you finished shortly by saying this touched almost every level of the executive branch. It came within an ace of enlisting both the Department of Justice and the sitting Vice President of the United States. Time to get tough on crime. Where are you? I mean...
I wrote that last paragraph in my McGruff voice.
Okay. I mean, no, seriously, this story yesterday...
Boy, that joke just died. It laid down like a dead fish.
Well, I apologize.
Nobody remembers McGruff.
I do.
I do.
McGruff the crime
Take
dog.
a bite out of crime.
It just wasn't funny. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
He had
go
a
ahead.
hat and he had a cigar
Sure.
and he had a trench coat.
Charlie, let it go. Let's move on. Billionaire Larry Ellison participated in a phone call with some of Trump's biggest supporters discussing efforts to keep him in office despite the fact he lost. Larry Ellison, Oracle, right?
Right.
CEO, one of the biggest backers of Elon Musk's attempted Twitter takeover, participated in a call shortly after the election focused on strategies for contesting the legitimacy of the vote. Lindsey Graham and Sean Hannity were both on that
nice.
call. I mean,
Yeah.
Charlie,
I mean, that's what I meant when I said what they did in Florida was, kindergarten stuff.
yeah.
I mean, it was pretty bad, don't get me wrong. And it was certainly a template for what they tried in 2020. But it was nothing like this. I mean, my Lord.
And this is all going to be nothing compared to 2024, unless we turn out in droves in 22, right? I mean, what they're trying to put in place for 2024 is terrifying.
You got to pack the polls because that's the only solution. And you got to vote for everything. You got to vote all the way down the ballot. No more of this ignoring the election commissioners or the secretaries of state.
Are you heartened by the turnout we're hearing about in Georgia already? Because I am. I feel like you pissed people off now, and I think Stacey Abrams has really energized people. What do you think?
Well, I mean, how many competitive races are there on the Democratic side? Not many, right?
Right. Yeah, Stacey Abrams is uncontested,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, but
And I don't even know who's running for Secretary
I
of
wonder
State.
if Marcus Flowers has a chance against Marjorie Taylor Greene. The way they've gerrymandered there, she has, large African American percentage in her district now.
Yeah, but at the same time, you've got two really good Democratic incumbents running against each other. Lucy McBath and
Yeah.
the other woman has a French name. I can't remember. I guess not Bordeaux. Boudreaux, I think.
Oh.
Right.
Carolyn Boudreaux, I think her name is.
Okay.
Those are two really, really good members of Congress, and we're going to lose one of them. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Margie's got a Republican challenger.
Yes,
Yeah.
she
Margie's
does.
got a primary. So, who can say? Although I do like the guy in the cowboy hat.
yeah, Marcus Flowers.
Outside of Fetterman,
Yeah.
he's my favorite. Image
Yeah.
of a candidate this time around.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm in love with Fetterman's wife, so let's just talk about that for a minute. Oh my God,
Giselle?
so smart, so funny,
Giselle Fetterman?
She's
hot.
very good. She's
smart,
very
funny,
yeah.
amazing. He got
And
out
her
of the
name
hospital.
is Giselle.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, he got out of
We
the
do not
hospital.
have-
He's feeling
What?
good. Yeah, he got out of the hospital. He's feeling good. Democracy's bouncer, as we call him. Gonna throw some mother out.
He had a freaking stroke.
Yeah.
He's out of the hospital
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
No, he looks like a wrestler who's going to throw someone through a table.
Yeah.
Yes. Charlie, how about how funny it is that they suddenly care about their mail-in ballots in Pennsylvania? David,
Oh, that's hilarious. That
David-
is so.
David
That is so
McCormick-
wonderful.
David McCormick is suing to count certain absentee ballots. Yes, they face an automatic recount. He has asked the state to force all 67 counties Board of Elections to count Republican mail-in ballots. Okay. Received on time, but without a handwritten date on the outside envelope, as mandated by the statute. Steve Kornacki said they're only a few hundred votes apart now, right? Last I knew from last night, I think. Oz led McCormick by 0.08 percentage points. That was, I don't know when that was, early yesterday, as ballots continue to be counted. But McCormick says he believes he will overtake Oz once remaining Republican mail-in ballots are tallied with some election day votes and a sizable number of mail-in ballots and overseas military ballots left to count. McCormick's claims are viable. So, but this is just hilarious, right? When now
but
Trump is
not
accusing
only
Republicans of
hilarious.
cheating. Like, I don't...
Not only is it hilarious, it's great for Fetterman. He can go out there and beat the crap out of both of these guys, and they can't do anything because they're counting beans over in the corner of the auditorium.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just, patience. I mean, Republican hypocrisy on the issue of voting is so obvious and glaring that it's almost hardly worth discussing anymore. I mean, we have not, they're pushing non-existent voting fraud when really, in reality, they're rigging the system as best they can. They go back and forth on mail-in ballots completely.
Yeah.
Depending on whether they need to count them or not. It's beyond belief at this point.
You wrote about this. Here's Matt Gaetz talking about the, first of all, as you said, Democrats suck at naming things, but it was not the Ministry of Truth. Here's Matt Gaetz on that.
Look at what happened this past week regarding the Biden Ministry of Truth. Though we're in the minority, though the left controls a unified government in Washington, D.C. with the House, the Senate, and the presidency, we won. We got a victory for our people. We got this disinformation board stopped so that that's not part of this broader mosaic of persecution of our people.
Oh my God. So, as you said, we might suck at naming things, but this is exactly what happened. You went back to the Janet Napolitano thing. When
Right.
she said
Yeah,
exactly the truth with this study, our biggest threat is right-wing domestic terrorism, and they screamed so much she had to back down. And now look what's happened. And now this is
And
the
now-
same
and
thing.
not
It's
only that, but I've
disinformation that hurts American national security. It happens to be coming from the right. So they screamed again, and we caved. Right?
And the administration chickened out, and they hung Nina. I can't remember.
Jankowicz.
What's
I think.
what?
Nina Jankowicz? Am I saying it right?
I think it's Jankowicz.
Yeah.
Janowitz, I think her name is.
Janowitz, yes.
Who's a recognized expert at this kind of thing.
Yes.
They hung her out to dry because they let her get pummeled for a week and a half and then eliminated the program. I am really tired of Democratic administrations who do this.
Yeah.
The Napolitano thing was embarrassing enough, but I mean, we all had a vivid demonstration of what this information can do, and we're still experiencing
Yeah.
it. And who in the hell wants to give a victory
They
to
don't
Matt
want to.
Gaetz?
They don't want to fight Russian disinformation because they benefit from
That's
it.
right.
I mean,
course.
that's, yeah. Matt Gaetz.
I mean, they benefit from it themselves too. I mean,
Yeah.
they're awfully good. I mean, what was Donald Segretti in Watergate except a disinformation expert?
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
watching.
that's what
By
it
the way,
was.
have you watched Gaslit?
So
it's
good.
fantastic
So
with
good.
Julia Roberts.
So good.
Oh my God,
On
so
Hulu?
good.
Is it on Hulu?
It is
That's
on
on,
Stars.
Stars. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have.
Yeah,
I don't.
sorry.
Besides, I'm in the middle of the new Star Trek, which is wonderful.
It's really good.
And
Apparently, it's very woke.
and the new David Simon, We Own This City.
Huh?
about the gun trace task force in Baltimore,
All right.
which is tremendous.
I am only a political nerd. I will also the First Lady, fantastic on Showtime.
On Showtime?
Yes.
I want to know what Charlie's doing in my DVR because we're watching the same shows, Charlie.
Because you're both nerds.
Wait a minute, what? I got a third. I got a third one too. What is it? You know what I'm catching up on? Hacks, because I love.
I love
That's what we
Hacks.
watched
I
last
love
night.
Gene Smart.
Love
yes,
Hacks.
me too.
We literally watched
She
Gaslit
is
and Hacks last
such
night.
she is such a funny woman.
She's
very
fantastic.
funny.
Oh my God, Gene Smart. Okay, one more. Matt Gaetz, just on this.
Problem
same
with our
subject.
military is wokeness at the Pentagon, not white supremacy in the
please.
ranks. And
Oh, my
so
God.
I'm concerned that you're seeing this very rapid change in Congress where the national security apparatus isn't used to protect Americans or to fight foreign adversaries. It's being used against the America First political movement that the left fears. So they're
God. Oh,
using
my God.
an enforcement wing of wokeness through the Department of Homeland Security,
What?
through the FBI, to punish Americans who don't share their politics.
No.
Okay, first of all, your America First conference was in Hungary. You were rooting for the death of democracy there and here.
Second of all, America First political movements do not have a great history.
No.
in this
Right.
country.
And
I mean, it
also,
starts with burning
wokeness-
convents and it ends with Charles Lindbergh, getting smooched by Hitler.
There's not
You
any,
talk
any
about
problem.
being bad at naming things.
There's not any problem of wokeness in the U.S. military. There is a documented white supremacist problem in the military. I can't, Charlie. I literally stopped being able to even say goodbye.
Yeah,
to your-
because it's not like the U.S. military produced a guy who blew up a federal building in Oklahoma City, for example.
Right.
yeah.
It's not like he got radicalized in any way.
Well, that
but,
was just
yeah.
a lone wolf, Charlie.
Yeah.
Come on,
That's
Charles.
right. Well, technically not. There were two wolves because
Yeah.
Terry Nichols went to jail too. But
You know, the military, they're all long-haired Antifa.
well, my favorite one
hippie
though
freaks.
my favorite one though is Eric Rudolph, who blew up abortion clinics, killed a bunch of cops, blew up Centennial Park, and was somehow on the lam for a year and a half.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he had no help.
Yeah. Exactly. Say goodbye to your lover.
Goodbye,
Oh,
Charlie.
it's time to go.
Yes.
Bye,
Oh.
Jody.
Bye, Charlie.
We love you,
Bye,
Charlie.
everybody.
Thanks,
Travis,
Charlie.
we'll talk again about TV.
Yes.
Bye, Mookage.
Ow.